Russia. And I'm going to meet up with some of my friends, and together, we're going to explore the wild frontier beyond that wall. Hey, Jason Jones. How's it going?
So what are we doing, Joe?
Well, you and me, we're going to play through that wall. Unfortunately, looks like we got a man down. But we're going to keep on going. You ready? Come on. It's going to be great. There you go. You coming?
I'm coming.
All right, good. I knew you'd make it. Jason Jones, someday I knew you'd come right back through my door. All right, buddy. So you and me, we're going to go that way. Why don't you take point? How are we looking?
Looks clear.
Okay, I'm going to go first. It's getting a little dark. I'm going to take out my ghost.
We always visit such cheerful places. Hang tight, I'll find some sticks to rub together. And by sticks, I mean highly complex circuits that I am fully equipped to repair, revive, and otherwise overdone it. We've got trouble. Coming back to you. Fallen six. Shoot them. More fallen.
You're right.
Take it from here.
Yep. Yeah, I got him. Hey, we got more guys down low. Yes. All right, let's mop them up. Hang tight. Don't go anywhere. Yes, we did it. Well, mainly I did it.
We're not going to talk about that.
All right, let's grab our loot. That looks good. The Thunderlord.
Thunderlord.
Exotic. Heavy machine gun. Nice.
The
Look at
top talent's my favorite, but you'll probably never get there.
Oh, yeah? What's up top? Ah, that's going to be pretty sweet. All right, let's see how she looks. Yep. That's big and blue and covered with lightning. Plug your ears. Oh, that's good. What'd you get?
Check this out. I knew you'd be jealous of a sniper rifle.
Oh, I do like the long rifle. What's its name?
Shut up and get behind me.
Eh.
Hey, we made it through the wall.
Cool. Nice work, partner.
And it's Darla.
Hey guys,
Hey, there she is.
looks like you guys could use a Titan.
Absolutely.
So what are we doing? And can I use this?
Hey, guys. That doesn't look friendly.
Yes, it's a public event.
There's another fire team. Let's go.
Right behind you.
All right, I got you covered. Hey, we got another dropship coming in. It's got a Devil Walker. Hey, look out! Ah, we got another fire team coming in. All right. Here I go.
Jesus Christ.
War is coming. We barely survived the last. We must regain the offensive.
Well, that happens sometimes.
Why is the city breathing down my neck?
Why don't you put that down so we can talk?
Out here in the wild, this is how we talk.
Your mission is vital, Guardian. If you succeed, you will become legend. If you fail, this city will fall, and the last light of civilization will go out.
What we're creating with Destiny is definitely an exploration fantasy. You're going to go back out into the stars and recover everything that humanity lost after the collapse of our golden age. Now you will be rewarded for your bravery, and by overcoming all of this action with loot, new weapons, new armor, the more you defeat your enemies and complete your missions, you're going to earn rewards that will let you upgrade your Guardian in every conceivable way.
One of the ways we let you customize yourself is through the way you project yourself into the world in your armor. And we have a really neat progression from base player armor, which is pretty simple, to the really exotic stuff that you get by playing the end game content like raids or really high level strikes. The difference between seeing, a level 5 guy in the tower and a level 23 guy is you'll notice immediately that the level 23 guy is wearing stuff that you don't even know where that came from. It's all handcrafted to look amazing and create jealousy. We're really happy with how loot works in Destiny. We have a private loot stream. Every single aspect of the things that you interact with in the world are private to you. So that means even ammunition. When you kill an enemy combatant, he's going to be dropping ammo just for you. He's going to be dropping loot just for you. So if we're in a fire team together, it's great. We're never fighting over those things, and it breathes sort of new life into the loot system.
So we want every Guardian in Destiny to feel equipped with the tools of the trade that they'll need to kick alien ass and to survive these dangerous encounters. So there's a 3-weapon system. That does not mean that we have 3 different weapons in Destiny. Think of them more as categories where you can find all different sorts of armaments. So your primary weapon would be your rifle or your hand cannon. There would be the special weapon, maybe your holdout shotgun, your sniper rifle, or the fusion rifle, and then the heavy weapon, my personal favorite category, things like rocket launchers and belt-fed heavy machine guns. And of course the best part is once you form a relationship with your favorite weapon, you can use that with any character that you create in Destiny. The arsenal is open to every class of player, be you a hunter, a warlock, or even a titan.
The thing that we take great pride in is that each of these weapons has been handmade by our artists here, hand-tuned by our designers, and our arsenal in Destiny is much bigger than what we've had in the past, and that's pretty exciting for us.
PlayStation.
We called it the Traveler, and its arrival changed us forever. Great cities were built on Mars and Venus. Mercury became a garden world. Human lifespan tripled. It was a time of miracles. We stared out at the galaxy and knew that it was our destiny to walk in the light of other stars. But the Traveler had an enemy, a darkness which had hunted it for eons across the black gulfs of space. Centuries after our golden age began, this darkness found us. And that was the end of everything.
That is until I found you. We've always known the darkness would return. To finish what it started. To take our home. That's why I've been looking for you for centuries. There are only a few of you who carry the light of the Traveler, who have the strength to fight the darkness. I'm not going to lie to you, Guardian. You are Earth's last hope. If you fail, everything you know, everything humans have ever known, will be gone forever. So, you know, no pressure.
Product not yet rated.
We called it the Traveler, and its arrival changed us forever.
Hey everybody, I'm Jason Jones, and I want to show you what we've been working on here at Bungie since we first introduced Destiny back in 2013. Destiny is our next-gen first-person shooter, where you'll explore the abandoned ruins of an ancient human civilization, long after it has been overtaken by our enemies.
The darkness is coming back. We will not survive it this time.
But there's still hope. A candle in the darkness, the last safe city on Earth. And at the center of the city is our home, the Tower, the place we return after every adventure. To claim our rewards. To buy and sell weapons and gear. And to meet up with our friends.
Guardians are fighting on Earth and beyond. Join them, Guardian. Push back the darkness.
In Destiny, you choose who you want to be and who you want to become. You go out into the world to earn powerful weapons, cool armor, and combat abilities that change the way you fight. The choices you make say a lot about the type of player you are in Destiny. There are so many ways to upgrade your class and perfect your style of play. As you defeat your enemies, you'll discover new places to go and uncover more reasons to head out on new adventures. So we created The Director. It answers the question, what's awesome to do right now? And what's my reward for doing it? And that's important because in Destiny, there's a ton of cool stuff to do. Like a great story campaign where you'll explore the mysteries of our lost worlds.
Well fought. Many Guardians fell. Strong ones. But you made it here. Don't let them find you.
And from the beginning, we built Destiny to be played cooperatively, either match-made or with your friends. On your adventures through the world, you'll stumble on public events, where you can join up with other players on the fly to take on huge targets of opportunity. Before returning to your journey right where you left off. When you're ready for a little downtime, you can go off the beaten path and explore. And when you want to team up with 2 other players and fight through waves of enemies to take down an epic boss, you head into a strike. There's so much amazing stuff to find in Destiny. So many ways to combine your class, your abilities, your armor and weapons to build the Guardian you want to become. And you can even take that Guardian into the Crucible, our intense competitive multiplayer. You build your character, grow more powerful as you take on greater challenges, and maybe one day become powerful enough to find a way inside the Vault of Glass to defeat the most challenging experience we've ever created and earn Destiny's ultimate rewards. So that's what we've been doing here at Bungie. We're having a great time playing this game, and we can't wait for you to experience it too.
Should the Awoken ever need an ally, I will call on you and expect you to answer.
She's saying you owe us, Guardian.
called it the Traveler. And its arrival changed us forever.
Hey everybody, I'm Jason Jones, and I want to show you what we've been working on here at Bungie since we first introduced Destiny back in 2013. Destiny is our next-gen first-person shooter, where you'll explore the abandoned ruins of an ancient human civilization, long after it has been overtaken by our enemies.
The darkness is coming back. We will not survive it this time.
But there's still hope. A candle in the darkness, the last safe city on Earth. And at the center of the city is our home, the Tower, the place we return after every adventure. To claim our rewards. To buy and sell weapons and gear. And to meet up with our friends.
Guardians are fighting on Earth and beyond. Join them, Guardian. Push back the darkness.
In Destiny, you choose who you want to be and who you want to become. You go out into the world to earn powerful weapons, cool armor, and combat abilities that change the way you fight. The choices you make say a lot about the type of player you are in Destiny. There are so many ways to upgrade your class and perfect your style of play. As you defeat your enemies, you'll discover new places to go and uncover more reasons to head out on new adventures. So we created the Director. It answers the question, what's awesome to do right now, and what's my reward for doing it? And that's important because in Destiny, there's a ton of cool stuff to do. Like a great story campaign, where you'll explore the mysteries of our lost worlds.
Well fought. Many Guardians fell. Strong ones. But you made it here. Don't let them find you.
And from the beginning, we built Destiny to be played cooperatively, either match-made or with your friends. On your adventures through the world, you'll stumble on public events, where you can join up with other players on the fly to take on huge targets of opportunity. Before returning to your journey right where you left off. When you're ready for a little downtime, you can go off the beaten path and explore. And when you want to team up with 2 other players and fight through waves of enemies to take down an epic boss, you head into a strike. There's so much amazing stuff to find in Destiny. So many ways to combine your class, your abilities, your armor and weapons to build the Guardian you want to become. And you can even take that Guardian into the Crucible, our intense competitive multiplayer. You build your character, grow more powerful as you take on greater challenges, and maybe one day become powerful enough to find a way inside the Vault of Glass to defeat the most challenging experience we've ever created and earn Destiny's ultimate rewards. So that's what we've been doing here at Bungie. We're having a great time playing this game, and we can't wait for you to experience it too.
Should the Awoken ever need an ally, I will call on you and expect you to answer.
She's saying you owe us, Guardian.
Stay tuned. Next, take your own gear into multiplayer. It's still all about map control, dominance, being the best player. Wins and losses really matter.
Yeah,
so here we're looking at, so here's First Light. It's a map obviously on the moon. This is your fire team of 6 loading into competitive multiplayer. This is a map type called Control. So Control is a nice blend of competitive, objective modes and deathmatch. So you get points for kills, but you're also getting multipliers for holding zones. So you can see as these guys work around the map, these are their loadouts. If you've got a great sniper rifle you love, you can bring it in. If you've got a great shotgun and that more suits your play style, you can do that as well. These are all guys from back at the studio and from an influencer event we did last night. So right about now, you should be seeing a lot of this footage hitting the web.
Nice.
With a lot of press and some community VIPs and YouTubers. So floodgates are open. And of course, this is on our show floor. You can see vehicles here. That's the Interceptor. It's a big bruising vehicle. Good for suppressive fire. You've got turrets on the ridge to help take those guys out. You can also conjure your Sparrow whenever you want and get someplace fast on the map. So this is a nice blend of vehicular action and infantry.
Can you tell us about this map?
Sure, so it's set on the moon. There's a lot of open sight lines around the perimeters, but as you can see, as they move from A, B, and C, you can stay on the interior and sort of work some cat and mouse play. So once the vehicles are up, you want to make sure you're paying attention to them, getting on turrets, getting on your own vehicles, or using supers to take them out. So teamwork is pretty critical here. Map awareness is huge. Heavy ammos drop as you play, so you want to make sure that you've got your heavy gun, a heavy machine gun or a rocket launcher ready to go once those hit, because there's little fights that break out around those hot spots on the map. So you can see here he's neutralizing an enemy, tried to get him with a knife throw and missed, so he lost the hill there. So you see, it's a little bit faster than we've built in the past with Halo, but it's still all about those one-on-one encounters, all about teamwork. Like we said, we really want to make wins and losses matter. We want to make you feel, like skill is important. We're actually disabling power advantages in multiplayer. So even though we have a leveling system for our cooperative modes and for campaign, where that matters against the enemies that you fight, when you go into competitive multiplayer, we make sure it's a level playing field for players. That's really important to us. So you can see A is pretty hard to hold down. You've got a bunch of ways in, a bunch of ways out. B is totally exposed over here, so you see these guys have to keep their heads on a swivel. Lucky they've got their shotguns, so they make quick work of those guys.
How many vehicles are available here?
So we've got 3 on this map. We've got your Sparrow, which you can conjure at will at any time. You've got the Interceptor, which spawns in on a timer, and you've got Fallen Pikes. Fallen Pikes are a little bit quicker than the Interceptors. Their guns are a little bit weaker, but they're more rapid deployment, get someplace fast. You can see him picking up an orb here, and that's actually really important in our game. We want to promote a lot of cooperative play, so as you effectively use your own super, you'll generate orbs for other players to pick up, and so you can feed one another. You can sort of stack. You can see, the hallmark of Bungie. We're doing really good skyboxes. We're rendering this in beautiful 1080p. We really want these places to feel like rich places you can visit in the world. And so even though this is an arena mode, it's carved out from the game proper, it's not happening in the world, we don't want to have like surprise PvP. Sure. we still have it set in the fiction of the world.
That's
so the announcer is a guardian called Shax. You can find him at the tower. As you do well, he'll reward you with reputation. You can spend that for better weapons and better gear at the tower. And there's also other factions watching Guardians, picking and choosing and loading them up. So this is Rusted Lands. This is set on Earth. You can see it's an old derelict human installation that's been slammed into by a hive pod. You get that nice green miasma.
Yeah.
So once again, we've got our loadouts here. You can see the Hunter at the fore here, some Titans and Warlocks backing them up. Now there's no vehicles on this map. It's very much a infantry sort of more cat and mouse play going on. So typically you'll see people head up to A. A is very hard to hold down. There's a lot of ways in and out. There's a good sight line out of the front if you want to try to snipe, but you're exposed. So one of the really cool things that I experienced when I've been playing Alpha, we've been playing it for about a month at the studio, is I'll change my loadouts based on the map. So when I go to the moon, I go to First Light, I'll change to like a scout rifle and a sniper rifle because I'm going to go long range and work people from the perimeters. And if that stops to work for me, and in mid-match, I can actually go to a shotgun and an assault rifle. Rusted Lands, I tend to go more assault rifle and then back it up with a shotgun. And of course, I play Warlock because Warlock's the best class, but you can see some guys playing Hunter, you can see some guys playing Titan, and that'll really change the way you play. So Titans have more armor, so they have more health. They're a little bit harder to take down. Hunters are more agile, so they're a little bit quicker, so they can sort of flank you and use their double jump to get around you.
Are we watching a Hunter right now?
We are watching, well, I can't tell you more, but I believe that was a Hunter, yes.
It seemed very agile. He was like scaling over
we're watching a Hunter.
walls,
So on the lower left, you can see his grenade, and he's also got a throwing knife. So each class has a different melee as well. So the Warlock, the difference is the health and shields recharge a little bit quicker, so they're a little bit quicker back into battle. So you can, if you pull back and you're smart, you can pick up the engagement before the other player is ready.
Seems like there's a lot of variety just within single maps.
There's tons of variety.
And indoor environments.
Yeah, there's tons of variety. These maps are actually featured in our alpha. They're incredibly limited. We let players go up to level 8, but you can go well beyond that in the full game. And so even the abilities that we're seeing here, we're seeing 3 grenade types, but even in a one focus for a player, even on one build, you'll see a huge variety of movement modes, grenade types, status buffs, melee buffs. You can really tweak and customize the player to be, fit your play style, really suit how you want to play. So it isn't just about picking a Titan. You can really tweak how that Titan plays. You can make the Titan feel a little bit more of a close range damage dealer, or maybe he's a little bit better at the perimeter. And that actually, that philosophy shows up in the weapons sandbox as well. So you might be able to find an assault rifle that fires, heavy rate of fire on the hip, but when you go into the scope, it's a slower, more like a scope. So it might promote you to play a little bit more from the perimeter, even though you're a Titan. So you can see his super just charged up here. So he's got a moment where he wants to pull it off. He can kind of go Death Blossom and own the battlefield for a few seconds. He'll get 3 shots from his golden gun. Anything that he hits instantly dies.
These green spikes in the environments?
So this is Hive architecture here. They've sort of been burrowing into the moon. They're a more enigmatic race. They're a dark race, and you'll see them out in the world. You'll see spaces that are sort of infused with the Hive. If we looked over to the left here, you'd see a drop pod that was sent down from the moon, slammed into the building. There it is there in the background. If you watch the skybox, you'll see Hive dropships in the background, warping in and warping out. And so part of the fiction is that you're in the Crucible. You're actually competing for glory and honor, for reputation with both factions and with Shax, but you're also going out and claiming resources for these guys. So these are enemy-controlled spaces, and you're holding them down. So you can see Golden Gun again. See if he's kind of misused it a little bit here because he's out in the open, but you see if he can close on some of these guys. Yeah, it's been really fun. Like I said, we've been playing this for a while at the office to see other people play it. We had a little thing last night. We invited a bunch of people out to capture footage and play, and letting the game, getting it out in the community's hands and seeing what they do with it has been pretty exciting for us.
Yeah, we were talking before we went live here that you're really close to release date now.
Yeah, September 9th. So we're shipping on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, Xbox One, Xbox 360. Alpha is really gearing us up for beta. We want to make sure we're building a great scale ramp. Our beta's gotten so big.
Right.
We want to make sure we go into that in a really good way. So hopefully we'll be seeing a whole lot of players hit our beta, and that'll be on all 4 platforms. So this alpha will be a really good test for us. It'll help pave the way for beta, which is July 17th, and then our launch on September 9th.
Do you know what content is going to be in the beta? Is it going to be the same?
I do. So it's going to be significantly bigger than the alpha. Yeah. The alpha is actually pretty huge in and of itself. So in the alpha, I can create a character, so I can pick a class, a gender, a race. I can customize my face, so I can pick Titan, Hunter, Warlock. I can do a story mission. I can go explore the world, the entirety of the Cosmodrome, which is a really massive space. Within that space, I can see other players. They might be running around looking for resources, treasure chests, fighting enemies. We have like hidden enemy bosses. We have crazy, like when the sun goes down, you'll see crazy stuff happen in the world.
much.
It's a pretty big experience. I can go to the tower. I can visit vendors, visit Vanguard mentors, go to the Postmaster. That in and of itself is a really fun space. There's little hidden Easter eggs there for people to find. Go on a cooperative strike, and I can play competitive multiplayer. And like I said, that's just the alpha. So the beta is going to be even bigger than that. And we've had a lot of discussions at the office about like, wow, this beta is pretty massive. But it's really important for us to get it out there to show people what we're building. We're doing a lot of new stuff. We're innovating in a lot of spaces. And so we didn't just want to come out and show off the competitive multiplayer, which we think is awesome and really exciting and something that players want to see from us. But in isolation, we wanted to make sure we said, like, here's how it fits into the whole. That player journey, that sort of loop, is really hard for people to understand because you tell it like, hey, you're going to really care about your character. It doesn't really stick until you play and realize like, oh, cool, I played competitive multiplayer and I got these rewards that gave me a better assault rifle that I can take into a strike. And the strike will earn another helmet that I can take back. You know, it has this really cool loop effect. Or I might see a gun on you and go, hey, where'd you get Galahad C? That's an awesome assault rifle. And you can maybe if you're nice, you'll tell me where I can find that. Yeah, and already we're seeing a whole bunch of chatter, both internally and from the people who are playing now, about which are the best builds, what are the best rifles, what are the best loadouts, what are the best abilities. So we're seeing all that min-maxing starting to happen, which is really cool for us because that doesn't happen typically in a shooter.
Yeah. Are we returning to the first map that we saw here?
Yep, we're back on First Light here. You can see the sun's gone down, so we do real-time of day in the engine. That affects our multiplayer maps as well. We want to make sure everything feels really rooted in the world and give you a lot of variety. You're seeing that was an ill-advised Fist of Havoc, typically a close-range closer. Probably thought he had backup from that turret, but no dice. So we might be cycling through footage now. Yeah, so we had our guys in last night playing with the influencers, and we may not have been telling them to lay off a little bit. So their first experiences weren't horrible. Our guys have been playing for quite a while. There you see a little dance mode here. Different ways to communicate, even if you don't have a headset. Obviously, a headset's a preferred way to communicate with your team, but if you don't happen to have one, or if you're not into that sort of thing, you can still communicate with your team. You can still celebrate or tell them you need help. Through dance. What better way to communicate?
Are there other modes in the alpha?
Other emotes?
Modes, or is it all control?
Oh no, so in multiplayer it's just control in the alpha, and just these two maps. But yeah, like I said, there's still a lot of content. Besides the competitive multiplayer, we have the strikes. The strikes also feature multiple difficulty modes, so if you go through a strike and you want to just relax and shoot some enemies and feel victorious, you can do that with, you know, 2 of your friends, or we can match make that in for you. If you want to do something really hard, you can ratchet it up and put your skills to the test. It's important to us that players can feel confident in our world. They can feel like their victory was well earned.
How do you become supercharged?
So it's on a timer, and you also accelerate it by getting kills. So typically during a match, we want to make sure everybody gets a super that they can use. We don't want it ever to feel like the rich get richer. So it's just sort of a singular moment, class-based, where everybody can sort of have this awesome ultimate expression of their class power. Those are also tweakable as you upgrade. And you can also have more than one build focus too. So you'll see a Warlock who may have a Nova Bomb, and he can switch to a thermal focus, so you can even get a bunch of variety there. While we want people to fall in love with their guns and their gear and their characters, we also don't want them to have to throw it away if they want to roll a different type. So if you're a Warlock and you want to try out thermal, that's totally cool.
Are there loot rewards for winning matches in multiplayer?
Yep. So everything you do in the game will earn you rewards. The rewards matter. They're tailored for your class, tailored for your level. These guys are earning Vanguard reputation, which they can take back to the tower, and that'll open and unlock different gear. There's a more direct pipe in like the strikes and campaign, where you can earn gear directly. It drops to the ground. but in competitive multiplayer, we didn't want to have players be distracted by a shiny bauble and go chasing after it and lose the objective. You know, it's frustrating to see somebody on your team run off and go after something shiny. So we sort of hold it for the post-game Carnage report, tell people what they've won, give them their reputation and their points, and of course we'll be extending that all out to Bungie.net in a really cool way.
Cool. Well, I think that's about all the time we have for today.
Awesome.
I think Destiny looks awesome. I'm super excited for it.
Sweet.
It's out September 9th.
September 9th, yeah.
The beta is July
17th, and we've got it in the booth right now for